Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show where I offer misguided advice about video games. Game of choice, Hearthstone. Today I'm going to be showing you another Mage deck yet again. Of course, I'm not playing anything else because I'm currently at 408 out of 500 wins to get to Golden. Oh man, taking a long time. In other news, I am at, let me see here, how can I find it? I think it was under collection. No, I don't remember. Go back. I'm currently at 900. Oh, here it is. 985 out of 1,000 wins. I believe you get like 300 gold once you hit 1,000 wins. Such a grind. Hearthstone kind of reminds me of original World of Warcraft, where it took forever to get anything that you wanted. If you wanted to get to level 60, took you forever. If you wanted to get to skill cap of 300 fishing, took you forever. But in any case, let me show you the deck today. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you the Frozen skill deck. It is a controlling delay deck with a couple of different options on how you can beat your opponent. I've had a lot of success with it. JonnyJona, a friend of mine that I've made from one of the Hearthstone Fireside Gatherings, we met there last time. Well, we just met up again yesterday. We had another event at UC Irvine. And he recommended this deck to me. It was from a player who goes by the name of Kalento. I think he's #1 in the EU, and I think also #1 in the US for a little while. So quite an impressive feat to be #1 ladder of 2 different realms. In any case, I'm going to be showing you that deck, and to be honest with you, I don't know how to mulligan. I'm not sure exactly what kind of cards to keep against what type of players. So you'll have to forgive me. Considering we're playing against a Mage, I think it might be safe to throw back the Flame Strike. Maybe I should have kept it. Oh well. Do have the coin. So this deck is really, really controlling. Gives you a lot of options on how to handle different situations. It's got an Archmage Antonidas, so you can either hold on to your 1-cost spell cards, or if you need to use them, you can go ahead and use them. You've got other cards like Pyroblast and Alexstrasza for some big game finishers. The only thing that I haven't really been able to deal with is, you know what, actually here for this match, I think I could either Arcane Missiles and hope I get 2 points off of that, or I could go ahead and just ping into it, and the next turn if you drop something down, I could drop the Arcane Missiles. So yeah, I've been having some success with the deck. I was playing it at the Fireside Gathering, and the only thing that I was having a hard time beating was a controlling, what is it called? Not controlling, a beefed up armor warrior. I don't know if they're called prot warriors or what they're called. Anyways, pinging that off. Okay, here we go. So what I like to do with this style deck, and it could be the wrong way to play it, I don't know how Kalento plays it, but I like to hold on to as many cards in my hand as I can within reason. So if he drops down something on the board, your opponent drops something on the board that doesn't look too scary, in this case we got a 2-3, I'm going to go ahead and just ignore it and do some card draw or do some sort of other option. A lot of times I find myself just using my Fire Blast over and over again onto the opponent instead of the minions, unless I can effectively get rid of a minion with Fire Blast. Okay, so this turn, what can I do here? I could drop down another Arcane Intellect. I could do an Ice Barrier, which seems like it would be the best option. So drop down Ice Barrier. I think I'm going to hold on, well, so I'm going to hold on to my Mirror Image. Considering I have a Pyroblast in my hand, and I'm not really worried about the Mage healing himself, let's go ahead and drop down a Mirror Image now. Kind of mitigate some damage a little bit. Let's see what he's got here. Okay, he's going to be attacking into the 2 taunt cards, that's good. Less damage to my face. Okay, dropping a secret, kind of throws us off. Alright, next turn I can Blizzard. I've got 2 of them in my hand right now. Excellent, excellent. See, I've got 3, 6, 8 cards. I could drop an Arcane Intellect. Okay, So it wasn't a counterspell. I was willing to sacrifice an Arcane Intellect because I would prefer keeping my 2 Arcane Missiles or any other 1-cost spell cards in conjunction with my Archmage Antonidas. So, looks like I'm just going to go ahead and attack into the hero. So he could be pulling out some Ice Lance cards this turn if he's got any of those in his hand and he wants to throw them at me. Attack into me with his Water Elemental, followed up with an Ice Lance card or 2. He's worried that this could be a Vaporize, or maybe he's worried it could be a Mirror Entity. Secrets are really good. They can kind of throw your opponent off. In this case, it kind of throws me off because I don't know what he has, and but I know he doesn't have a counter spell. Okay, there goes the Ice Barrier. Alright, looking very safe. This turn I could drop down the Blizzard, next turn Flame Strike. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. Go ahead and just control the board a little bit here. And I do have an Alexstrasza in my hand. I'm kind of regretting attacking into the opponent with the Fire Blast. I should have hit the Harvest Golem, but that's okay. I feel like this deck is very forgiving too. If you make mistakes, you can kind of recover it with it a little bit more than you can with other decks, just because you have a lot of different type of options, a lot of different type of outs with this deck. Okay. I think this turn I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Should I drop down another Blizzard, or should I do a Flame Strike? Well, Blizzard seems to make the most sense, considering he'll only have 1 card that can attack into me. Let's go ahead and drop down the Arcane. Maybe not. Maybe I want to hold on to the Arcane Missiles. I could drop down Archmage Antonidas on turn 10, and drop down my 3/1 cost spell cards. It'll give me 3 Fireballs. Turn after that, I could drop down an Alexstrasza. Yeah, let's end the turn. Let's go ahead and take the 2 points of damage. I'm not too worried about it. So the next turn will be turn 8, and I could drop down the Flame Strike. Maybe turn 9 I drop down the Alexstrasza first, and then turn 10 do the Archmage? Or do I want to do Alexstrasza turn 11? Not really too sure what to do. Hopefully he drops another minion on the board. He did not. That's too bad. Okay, well, I could drop down a Frost Nova. However, that's going to screw up my turn 9. Let's go ahead and drop down, well, we're not in any fear of taking fatal damage right now. Let's go ahead and drop down. This is tricky though. Okay, so here's what I'm kind of worried about. If he has a Mirror Entity, I could drop down an Alexstrasza, he gets one on his side of the board, and it can use it on me the next turn, potentially doing lots of damage to me. But that should be okay, considering I can drop down an Archmage Antonidas and my Ice Block on turn 10. Save me to turn 11, but then it could kill me turn 12? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to freeze. Oh no, I should have dropped down the Acolyte of Pain first. Okay, so he doesn't have a Mirror Entity. Not a big deal. See, I've got 3, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and attack into... Let's go ahead and... yeah, let's attack into that. End the turn. I could have pinged into my Acolyte of Pain, but next turn I'm going to be getting 9 card. I'll be on card number 9. And if he does any damage to it, that'll be an extra card. So I don't want to overdraw. I want to get any of my cards burned. Okay, Acidic Swamp Ooze. No big deal. Attacking into me. Okay, so I'm thinking he must be kind of worried that I'm going to be dropping the Flame Strike. Perhaps that's why he hasn't dropped any of his minions. Yep, let's go ahead and drop the Flame Strike. Go ahead and ping into, well, can I afford that? 3, 6, 7, 8. That'll put me at 9. Next turn will be 10. He could burn a card. So let's go ahead and just attack into him. Okay, there he goes. There's a secret. Ice Barrier. Very good. Okay, let's attack into him. So I feel safe going ahead and doing the Fire Blast to him instead of here for 2 reasons. 1, drops down his armor, because Alexstrasza does not remove armor. And 2, I don't want to overdraw, as I mentioned earlier, with the Acolyte of Pain. Alright, he has decided to ignore it. I wonder if he's got some sort of one-turn kill style deck here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Change of plan. We're not going to drop the Alexstrasza this turn. I'm getting kind of worried he could have some sort of a one-turn kill set up in his hand, and I'm at 22 hit points, and considering I know how the one-turn kill Mage deck works, it kills you on 1 turn. And the lower health that your opponent has, the better you are off. With the one-turn kill, you could use less cards. So let's go ahead and be safe and drop down the Archmage Antonidas. Do the Ice Block, attack into him, end the turn. You most likely will polymorph that. Not a big deal. Turn after, I'll drop down Alexstrasza. Turn after that, I'll do either a Pyroblast or a Fireball, depending on what he drops. Yep, here comes a polymorph. Alright, getting rid of my Acolyte of Pain. Puts me up to 9 cards. Very good. There comes a polymorph. There it is. Getting rid of my Archmage Antonidas. Buffing up the Mana Worm. Not a big deal. Getting rid of the sheep. Very smart move on his part. I don't know how many times I've polymorphed my opponent into a sheep and it's come to bite me in the ass. Alright, let's go ahead and drop down the Alexstrasza. Let us go ahead and... Should I use the Ice Lance on that card? I'm thinking that yes, I want to Ice Lance it. Freeze it up for a turn. It saves me from having to worry about a Fireball being attacked into with the Mana Worm or something like that. You could have another polymorph, but in any case, not a big deal. I got an extra Fireball out of the Archmage Antonidas. I've got a Pyroblast in my hand, and I've got a threatening Doomsayer, so I think I might have won the game. Now he's definitely going to want to deal with that card. If he has any sort of option to get rid of it or polymorph it, he's definitely not going to keep it in play if he has an option to get rid of it.
What to do? What to do?
I will say one thing about these games, playing with the controlling type of Mage deck, the games are definitely a lot more drawn out than they would normally be. Most games, you kind of end the game somewhere between like turn 8 and turn 12. These games tend to last past turn 12 most of the time. He's going to be doing a Frostball, perhaps some Ice Lance cards to it. Nope, he's just going to freeze it up so I can't attack into him with it. Not a big deal. So I'm thinking... What do I want to do here? My cat is currently remodeling his litter box. He scratches on the side of the litter box all day long after he uses it.
I wonder.
Instead of actually covering up his poop with the litter. It's like the wheels are turning, but there's nothing in gear. Alright, I'm not worried about dying, just trying to think of the most efficient way to kill him. If I do a Pyroblast this turn, it will drop him down to 10. And then I could do Fireball, Fireball, turn after. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. End the turn. There we go. Next turn I can do 2 Fireballs and 2 Arcane Missiles if I really need to, if he heals himself up a little bit. He's still going at it. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
What to do?
Okay, he's gonna bring himself back up to 15. I was worried he might do that. Not a big deal. I've got 2 Fireballs in my hand. I've got a Doomsayer, I've got Arcane Missiles, I've got a Polymorph, got some card draw. So let's see, if I do 2 Fireballs now, it brings him down to 12, or brings him down 12 hit points, bring him at 3. Not quite able to pull that off just yet. Let's see, 4 for Polymorph, 3 for Cold Light Oracle.
What to do?
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards currently. So let's go ahead and Polymorph that down. Go ahead and drop down the Cold Light Oracle. Okay, there it is. So I'm thinking this turn, let's go ahead and drop down a Doomsayer to prevent him from throwing down minions on the board. And then the next turn, I can kill him with 2 Fireballs and a Frostbolt. I think that sounds safe. Let's go ahead and drop down the Doomsayer. Let's drop down an Arcane Missile just for good measure. And the turn. Here we go. I could even just do 2 Fireballs and a Fire Blast next turn. It's one of the things, like I said earlier, I love about this deck is it gives you a lot of options and it's also very forgiving.
I wonder.
Player 1237. I wonder if that has any sort of significant meaning.
I wonder.
So he's trying to think of what to do. He's doing a fire or a pyroblast to me. Okay, very good. We got the game. Well played. Let's go ahead and do fireball, fireball, and a crossbolt. And a well played. Alright, cool, very good. So as you saw in that deck, I had a lot of options. There's a lot of different ways I could have handled the board. It's got a lot of control cards. It's got a lot of it's got the Alexstrasza to bring your opponent down. It's got the Alexstrasza to bring yourself back up if you need it. And it's got a Pyroblast, has a kind of a big hand finisher if you need that little extra push at the end and do some 10 points of damage. Anyways, folks, I'm going to hop out of the rank play here, show you the collection of cards. Frozen Skill. So the name of the deck is called Frozen Skill, and it's made by a player who goes by the name of Kalento, #1 in the EU and #1 in the US, I think, for a little while. And yeah, here are the cards. You got 2 Arcane Missiles, 2 Ice Lance, 2 Mirror Image, yada yada yada. Go ahead and pause the video if you're interested in copying down the deck. It's, like I said, very forgiving and gives you a lot of outs, a lot of answers to handle the situation. It's got a decent number of card draw cards. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 card draw, 6 with the Blood Mage Thalamus. So yeah, it's got a good range of card draw. It's got a good way to handle the big scary guys with the Polymorph. It's got a couple of Fireballs. A lot of versatility. Very, very fun deck. Just kind of, the games get kind of drawn out, but if you don't mind having drawn out games to lock in a secure win, then by all means copy the deck down, try it out for yourself. See if you have any success with it, and let me know in the comments below what you think, if you have any other variations you'd like me to showcase. And yeah, I'm going to be hopping out of here, going to Hermosa Fiesta with my beautiful girlfriend. We're going to be leaving here shortly, so folks, I will be recording Wolfenstein in the next week, after I get off of school and do my homework, of course. I've got school until, I think, like 12:30 or something like that, and then I'll have to do some homework right after school. But then I'll have maybe a little time before I have to go to work to record some videos, so hopefully I'll be hopping into a little Wolfenstein action, be showing you some walkthrough. I don't expect to be playing in a way that you might actually learn anything, so just a heads up, you will not probably learn anything from watching me play Wolfenstein, but if you are curious to see how the game is, and you want to hear the sound of a grown man scream, then go ahead and tune into my channel. I'll be showing those Wolfenstein walkthrough videos all next week. Until next time, my name is Meerkat, and you folks out there have a fine and beautiful day.